Hello everyone, my name is Blake and welcome to Walk the Parks. Today myself and Elizabeth are going to go through the bottom layers to wear on a thru hike, including shorts, pants, thermals, and underwear. I've been lucky enough to complete over 20,000 miles of long distance backpacking, and Elizabeth is an avid outdoors woman who has recently completed a thru hike of the Appalachian Trail. If you find this video helpful, please consider liking, subscribing, and commenting. There are several other videos on this topic. Do enjoy.
Okay, now we're going to talk about bottoms. So, first of all, I've got these hiking pants. They are Prana. I wore these the entire time, started with them, ended with them. They held up really well for me. They're pretty comfortable. Yeah, I think the only thing that kind of bothered me about it was like the tie on the inside. So it has like 2 buttons, a zipper, and then a tie, and sometimes this was like a little bit uncomfortable just with like where my pack hit and like where this was tied, so I had to like make sure it's like properly adjusted. But like I don't know, that's just backpacking, like you just have to be adjustable.
I have a question about Prana pants.
What's your question?
So I love Prana pants.
Yeah.
I really love them. I wear them
Okay.
all the time, like in regular life. Prana Zion pants are like my favorite pant. They're so freaking comfortable, and they kind of pass off as like a non-hiking pant, but maybe they don't. I don't know.
No, yeah.
But they like you can like pull them off at work and stuff. But and I do love them for like cold weather, but I find them kind of hot. I don't know.
No,
I don't
I
know.
would
It's just
not.
that one style, the Prana Zion. But did you have the same experience?
I would not wear them like in the summer.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
not at all, because they warm up really quickly. Yeah. But they do like layer really well as well, like if it is kind of chilly, especially
Okay.
like I think in the whites, like I was wearing like leggings like with the pants on top in case I
Okay.
wanted to shed a layer.
So you kept those the whole way though?
Yep.
Okay. And how much did you wear them, you think?
I'd say the first month on trail I wore them pretty consistently, and
Okay.
then the entire summer it was warm and I didn't
When
wear
did you
them.
start again?
April 20th.
Okay. When did you finish?
September 13th.
All right, 420.
420.
All right.
Yeah, that's right. And then I wore them a lot up north, but like kind of in the middle section.
Okay.
Middle 1,000 miles, I did not really wear them at all. And except
In
for, like,
town or anything?
I
You
wore
would.
them in town, like
You kind of
Yeah.
save them as the
This was
one
my
clean
town,
thing. Would you
yes.
sleep in them ever or no?
no,
No.
not really, unless like everything else was wet.
Okay.
And it was kind of nice.
Yeah.
Like I would sleep in them, but yeah, usually
Yeah.
this was what I was wearing to get wet in.
And
So,
again, notice that theme about like saving some dry stuff though, or
Yeah.
being like,
like have
'cause
one thing. to
yeah,
dry,
everything gets
yeah.
wet, but if everything gets wet, you're like, oh, but I have my pair of like
Yes,
Pranas. It's like
exactly.
worth its weight in
It's
gold
so nice
sometimes. Yeah, and then
For
you're
sure.
like, toasty warm.
Yeah. Okay, so then moving on to the leggings. These are a pair of Lululemon leggings I've had since I think middle school. Like,
Nice.
yeah, super durable. They've over a decade old at this
That's
point.
incredible.
Yeah, and like, I don't know, they're like meant for athletics, so these were nice to have to sleep in, especially.
Okay.
Or to wear in town if I.
Would you hike in them?
Sometimes, yeah, not really until up north when it got colder.
Okay, so that's more cold, and you would hike
Yeah.
like in only those kind of. Okay,
Yeah, yeah, so I would just like, I didn't want to put shorts on in the morning. It was like.
but you're
freezing.
saying sleeping a lot of times and
Sleeping and then sometimes hiking. Like
Okay.
I don't know, they also dry like relatively quickly. I don't know.
Okay.
And yeah, easy to wash. Like I think technically Lululemon leggings you're supposed to not put in the dryer, but like everyone does that anyway. I don't know.
you put
but-
yours in the dryer.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
fine. I
Yeah.
don't know. Yeah, they're kind of nice. They have like these pockets on the sides, which are really helpful. Like I could throw my phone in there if I needed
Okay.
to, or like snacks I could throw in here. And then yeah, like they have this little elastic on the bottom that was nice to like keep your. They didn't like ride up ever or anything.
Cool.
The only annoying thing about hiking in leggings in Maine is that it's super muddy. So
Really?
these were like always dirty. Like
Oh
constantly
yeah.
covered in
Or
mud.
like you either like if you're not like stepping in mud, you're scraping your shoes
Yeah,
on them, and you just have like
exactly.
those brown
Yeah,
stains
just, like,
on them.
streaks.
Okay.
So like I don't know, but that also just comes with through hiking. Like you just accept the fact that you're disgusting.
Yeah. True.
But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, any pair of leggings will do.
That's a pretty good review though. Lasted over 10 years. Like,
Yeah,
because
dude.
those are expensive, right? On the
They
legging
are,
scale,
yeah.
or like right, but
I was like eighth grade maybe got these and was like stoked.
but that's
about it.
amazing though.
And
They
now-
last
yeah,
that long.
yeah.
That's awesome.
And then they did the whole AT.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on to shorts. I started with this pair of Patagonia baggies. They lasted the whole way. That's not true. I sent them home for the summer because I had a different pair of shorts. But I think for the most part, like all of up until like mid-Virginia, I
Yeah.
think. And then I had them sent back, I think, in, I don't know, sometime in Vermont or
Any
something.
downside? Do you get any chafing or anything? Do they
No,
have a built-in liner?
They don't have a built-in liner. The elastic was a little bit annoying. That's why I switched to these guys.
Okay.
Because it just, for me personally, like it was like too thick, like where my hip belt was sitting.
And what brand are those?
These are Patagonia.
And what brand are the ones you switched to?
Cotopaxi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So these have like a thicker waistband, and that seemed to work. Like it's a little bit flatter, and I think these are also like a slight bit longer, so that was nice in the summer, like to prevent chafing and stuff. But I mean, either of these worked. I liked both of them. These just got kind of like, you can kind of see they're like really dirty on the backs now.
Did your legs get super cut up, or did you get like ivy or any like reactions from stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I got poison ivy. I got like, you're walking through briars and stuff. Like, yeah,
But whatever.
Whatever.
Totally never tempted to put on pants?
In the summer?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
I would so much rather be cooler than.
Fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Honestly. And yeah, no, both of these worked. I liked both of them. They held up really well. I would still wear them to this day.
Okay.
Yeah. Trying to think of anything else.
Did you have like no rain pants?
No rain pants.
No rain skirt?
No rain skirt.
So like, did you get a lot of cold weather in Maine and it rained? And you would just get one of the pairs of get the shorts wet and just save something dry at camp?
Yeah.
All right.
Toughed it out.
Hardcore?
Yeah, or I would put on the leggings.
And you
if I was
never
really
got
cold.
super cold?
Of course I got really cold, but I mean, I just dealt with it. I don't know.
Just keep hiking or
Yeah,
whatever?
you just keep moving forward.
All right. And
Yeah.
anything else?
Okay, yeah, so I'll just briefly mention underwear. So I had 3 pairs of the Patagonia, like, synthetic quick dry underwear that they sell for girls. I recommend having more than 1 pair of underwear, because it is, like, you be prepared for the worst on the trail. Like, you don't know what's gonna happen.
You're always eating different food at different restaurants.
Your
Digestive.
body, it does not. Your body's out of whack all the time. Like,
there could be things that happen to your digestive system that do not happen to you in regular life. Sadly, on
norovirus is rampant out there.
Yeah, there's like a lot of potential. So I agree completely. Bring spares, at least
you never
one.
know. Yeah, you could randomly get your period. You could like get caught in a rainstorm and then you're soaking wet. You don't want to be wearing wet underwear. You don't want to be wearing no underwear.
That all-you-can-eat buffet, maybe one of the dishes you ate is like few days too many old, and you'll feel that when you start hiking.
Yeah, anything could happen.
Yeah,
truly.
absolutely.
So, I would say like I had 3. I had 2 that I would kind of like alternate on trail, and then 1 for town. And like with underwear, you can just flip it inside out and use it, so it's 2 pairs technically. You know.
Cool.
But yeah, bring more than 1 pair of underwear is my advice.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, now I'm going to talk about the bottoms that I wore on the trail. First up, I'll just talk a little bit about belts. I have found arcade belts are pretty sweet. I really like them. They clip in really easy and clip out. I don't know. I've never had one break. It does scare me a little that there's like a thing that like could break on it. So I don't know. Sometimes some of those just like cinch belts are fine too. Like just a nylon belt. Like try to get like a small one really so it's less in the way. It can work well. You might be able to start without a belt, but a lot of people end up, a lot of guys anyway, end up losing a lot of weight when they start hiking. So a belt becomes a necessity. And of course though, with a belt, like you can always like improvise with a piece of rope or something too. I mean, it might not be ideal, but like if you find you like lose a bunch of weight and you like your pants are falling off, you know, you can find a piece of string or rope from somebody to do that. So anyway, so that's belt. Pants, you know, I was talking how I love the Prana Zion pants for like normal life, and they're like super comfortable, or when it's really cold, like in winter I'll wear them. But usually I rock like, this is like weatherproof vintage brand or something. I usually just rock like the $20 ones you get at Costco or whatever. You can get them at like Sam's Club, even like Walmart. They're really just nylon hiking pants, and they're like a little bit stretchy. They're cheap. Like I said, there are like all outdoor companies kind of offer these in some like variant, you know, but they tend to be more expensive. I find like the cheaper ones tend to have like about the same durability as the more expensive ones. So I just literally mostly rock just like the Costco ones when they're on sale. You can literally get them for like $13 sometimes, and they work fine and they're comfortable. I do tend to wear pants like most of the time for most of my hikes. As I mentioned, it was funny. I mentioned that poison ivy story. Where the woman was like, go to the ER immediately. But it was so funny because I was like so hot. There was like this crazy heat wave. I was in like New York or New Jersey or something. It was like the heat index was like 115 degrees. It was so humid. It was absolutely insane. So I was like, I have to switch to shorts. And then after like 3 days, I get like ER level poison ivy. It was pretty funny. They were laughing at me at the like when I did go to the urgent care clinic or whatever. But I got my everything turned out all right. Pretty funny though. So anyways, I just rock these. I do also always have a pair of shorts. I'm kind of random. I mean, these are like Adidas, but I just like kind of go and like, just like, what gym shorts do I have? I have tried carrying like some, like, I think I carried some like Prana shorts. I actually did really like those because they had pockets in them. They were nice for town and stuff, like carrying my wallet and whatnot. Random tip on carrying a wallet: if you carry some of your stuff on you at all times and then some of your stuff in your pack, if something happens to either one, you still have the other one to go to. But anyway, that's a random
that's good advice for normal life too.
Yeah, that's true.
Keep a credit card at home.
Yeah, don't bring all your stuff on you. Yeah, no, that's absolutely true.
Yeah.
So anyway, you just want something like synthetic, like quick drying. These are not the most popular. I tend to prefer something like quite a bit longer, something more similar to like Elizabeth, is what a lot of people wear. Like there's a lot of like guys and girls that'll wear like really just like super short like shorts, or like those Patagonia ones and stuff are like super popular. Like hers are more popular. I just prefer like a little bit longer short. I think it's because I'm 6 foot so tall or whatever. I don't know. Short shorts just don't suit me, sadly. Maybe I'll maybe next season.
You can grow into them.
All right. So anyway, but it's good also though. Like a lot of times I don't hike in them, but again, like it's something you can keep dry. Like I said, sometimes when it rains, I'll actually take my pants off and wear these all day because I know everything's gonna get wet. I'm gonna be wet and cold regardless. But if it's like only this gets wet, then at camp I can put on my pants and that'll be warmer for sure than this pair of shorts. Also, like good for doing laundry in or just walking around town, or maybe if you get invited to go on a yacht or something, you have a bathing suit.
You never know.
I really haven't been invited to go on many yachts, but if you're out there, I'm ready. Also, pretty much just rain pants. I will rock rain pants as it's kind of the same thing as the rain jacket. Like I do have a pair of like Light Heart gear. That's not these. This is just like Marmot or something. These are actually like a little bit too hardcore. I use these a lot in winter because they have like a full zipper all the way down. It can be really nice for winter because you can wear like a thin pair of thermals under them and like have super venting. But to be honest, I typically wouldn't wear these too much. I like to go a little bit lighter just because the full zip adds a bit more. But I usually do have a pair of generic snow pants. I find like the AT can mostly get away with it because the temperatures and stuff, but a lot of times, like, if you're in like the Sierra and it's like a big snow year, or you're kind of early, like leaving Kennedy Meadows, like something like this can be super valuable because you just have one more layer. You're going to be like post-holing a lot, getting a lot of moisture. So a pair of rain pants can be pretty valuable. But as we kind of discussed before, and like the tops, they do wet out, you know what I mean? And it can just be another layer. Again, I can also just wear these, like maybe just a pair of underwear under these, and just like if it is raining, so that everything else stays dry. And there are some awesome like Light Heart gear makes some too. A lot of people use frog togs as well. My experience with frog togs has been like fairly terrible. I find their like durability like terrible, but a lot of people do like them too.
One of the guys in our group had a pair of frog togs and he cut them into shorts when they started falling apart.
Okay.
And then they worked again.
Yeah, I could see that. So that's like a cheaper alternative option to consider. But I do carry the traditional pants. And then I don't have an example, but I do also carry typically like a very like lightweight pair of thermals, because again, that's something you can like use as an emergency. You have a dry layer, or it's just like freaking cold, and it rained for like 5 days. So like on that 5th day when it's really cold, maybe you still have your thermals that are mostly dry, so that can be nice. You can also wear those as like in like when you're doing laundry or something, maybe you don't necessarily have to clean those, and it's like. Some people push the boundaries like pretty hard in the laundromats, but I'm not quite as, I don't know. So you can wear those doing laundry, or like just a good layer when it does get cold. But that kind of depends. Like when it's on the colder side, I'll bring them. If it's on the warmer side, I typically won't. So those are bottoms.